you're going to have to fire yourself from your business, right? In order to actually propel it, to move forward, to just, again, greater and better heights. Let's jump right into it and let's talk about the strategic things that you can do. And it's very important to do them in a certain order to make sure that you're going to, as you remove your different hats that you're wearing, right, that you're going to be able to win strategically. Let's talk about what that really means, right? Which is delegation and mastering delegation. So we have to start out with the blueprint, right? We got to flowchart our business and understands what are all the ins and the outs of our operating cycle so that we can understand, where do we need to jump out and who needs to jump in, right? So number one, we have to hire wisely. And this is a big thing because a lot of people hire to fill a gap. Today we have to hire for what we see coming, right? So we hire the person with the talent, with the skills that we don't maybe like doing, we don't enjoy doing, we don't want to do, but we see our business starting to grow and scale. So we hire people that have that talent so that as the business comes in, the productivity comes in, the innovation comes in, that person is in place and there's no bottlenecking for you where you have to feel that you got to go back in, right? And put one more hat on. Number two is, listen, automation. We have to embrace techniques, technology, train our staff to use the tools that we have so that we understand what our onboarding process is, customer experience, the deliverables, the quality. Is it feasible, right, to deliver the things that we said we would? Is it the right time to say yes to a client, the right time to say no to somebody, right? So we have to understand our systems. Our staff has to understand our systems. Why? Because when they understand it and can do it better than you get to delegate correctly, right? So it's all strategic. It's not just about putting pressure on somebody saying, hey, here it is, go do it and figure it out. Well, that just probably created something else for you to do, right? Number three is creating systems, SOPs. For everything that we do, we need to develop those things. What happens when a client comes on board? What happens if there's a client complaint? How do we send an email? You create a video for every process. That's part of your training. And when you start building a system like this, sooner than later, you're going to start removing yourself so that you can become what we all want to become, and that is a better leader, right? And the only way we can do that is by firing ourselves. So here are three things, and let's jump on to the next. So great. Now that we've, we found some new time, right? We figured out some of the things that we shouldn't be doing. We've passed that on to people that can do it much better than us. And that's great because remember, part of this delegation process is to help you grow your business, right? And for us to think that we are the best person to do everything is what's going to keep us down. And it's going to keep us in that constant state of I'm drowning, can't keep my head above water. So embrace this idea of bringing people that can help your business, giving other people an opportunity, and you're going to be very grateful for it, and you're going to see your business scale. But let's talk about you now, small business owner, because it's so difficult for the small business owner to understand that, right? And just release from the day-to-day management of our businesses, right? We like to be on top of it. It's our baby, right? But now that you've done that and you've got some time, now we have to embrace the leadership role, right? Which is focusing more on, business growth and, of course, innovation. And how are we going to do that? We have to have a plan, right? So number one is a vision planning. We got to go back and revisit, the idea, the passion when we first went out and said, I'm going to go on my own, right? I'm going to leave the track, the system here of somebody's told me a long time ago, I got to work 9 to 5 for somebody and I'm making money for somebody else at X, bucks an hour. And I'm going on my own. I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a leap of faith, right? Because when you did that, you understood there's no guarantees, right? You're just jumping out there and you do it. Go back and visit that vision plan, right? What products were you developing? What services were you providing? Keep adding to that vision. What else are you innovating with your customers? That's so important to have that in front of you at all times. Number two, with this new time that you found is, I call it communication, right? And that's engaging with, our stakeholders. And it's not the stakeholders that you might think, because you're probably saying, Greg, I'm a one-man show with one employee or 2 or 3. We don't, we're not in the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange or anything like that. Listen, some other stakeholders that you have are the supporters that are right around you. A spouse, your kids, your friends, right? All these people are around you. They're rooting for you, right? So it's so important to, communicate with them. Let them know what you're doing, right? Let them know what they're investing in. Never lose sight of the fact that they are investing, because sometimes they're sacrificing that time, right, while you're building a great business. Number 3, continual learning. We have to continuously find out how to better tool our businesses, how to automate, how to stay informed, what is new, because the moment we stop doing that, we fall behind. And when we fall behind, we go back to that thing of we're drowning, right? We feel like it's very difficult to keep our head above water. So listen, embrace these 3, which is go back to the vision planning, communicate with your stakeholders. It could be a partner, but it could be your spouse. It could be your kids. It could be your friends who are great supporters of you. Number 3, keep learning, keep automating, keep giving a better experience to your customer or client. And that's how you're going to continue to feel great about your business. So as you can see now, by visualizing, you've fired yourself, you've removed so many tasks that you probably didn't even like doing. And now you're strategically focusing on business growth, innovating your business. You're becoming that great leader, not just for yourself, but you're also empowering your team, those that are behind you. And again, it's not, your team could be, 1 employee, 5 employees, 10 employees, but you have an outside team sometimes, right? That they're not in the grind with us at, in the 10 by 10 space that we're working, whatever that is, but it's our family, right? It's a spouse, it's the kids, it's your friends, right? That are calling you, hey, how's it going? Keep going. So we have a tremendous just responsibility to ourselves, our business, those around us, to become a great leader. Embrace the firing, because the truth is, if you understand what that means, you're basically getting a promotion every time you're firing yourself, right? You're becoming a greater and better leader to those around you. So, and keep this in mind. It is not, a leader isn't about having your hands on everything and doing it all. It comes from leading it all, right? And also, I want to leave you with this last note. Sometimes when we are having our hands on everything and feeling that we need to do it all, that's when we end up cutting corners, right? And sometimes we pound our own chest that, I do all of it. I answer the phones. I send out the billings, right? I open the mail. And we feel good that we're doing all of these things. And listen, you're cutting corners because there's only so much time that you can do it. So focus on the things that you're best at and be exceptional at it. And you're going to see a lot of great benefit from firing yourself. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're liking this video. Maybe share it with some of your, entrepreneurial friends. And together we can take, the leap, embrace this idea of just firing ourselves only to promote ourselves, right? To get away from the daily grind and becoming that great leader that we can be for our businesses.